What is up, beautiful souls? Today's video is part one of my spiritual awakening series. Today's video, I'm going to go over the 5 signs that you're going through a spiritual awakening. So if you're interested in that, definitely continue watching. My name is Manpreet Kaur, Manny K for short, and I make weekly videos on self and spiritual development. I'm so blessed that you guys are joining me on a weekly basis. It makes me so excited to be able to deliver these messages to you guys and share a little bit of my personal experiences as well as the things that I've learned throughout the years. I'm still going through my own spiritual awakening, so I think it's really awesome to be communicating with you guys in this way and making this a part of my journey as well. So thank you guys for being here. I super appreciate it. And with that, let's get right into the video. So the first sign that is going to kind of alert you that you're going through a spiritual awakening is when you start craving alone time. So maybe you're an extrovert who isn't really used to spending time with yourself and you crave social interactions and you get energy from other people, but you're starting to feel a little uncomfortable and uneasy when you're always socializing or you're always around others, and you see yourself craving that alone time, and that you see that you start getting happiness from being by yourself or experiencing solitude and just being still. So when you start shifting in those ways, it can be a sign to you that, okay, something's going on. I'm starting to feel a deeper connection with myself. I want to be alone. And sometimes even our mind can get super loud, but you're aware of that and you're kind of okay that it might be uncomfortable to be with yourself, but you're willing to do that because your body and your soul is craving that. So for an introvert, it might be a little bit of a different transition, but still there's going to be an extra craving of wanting to spend alone time. And maybe as an introvert, you like to be alone, but you're always doing things that make you happy by yourself. But maybe this transition is highlighting that you're wanting to be more still and just be open to being and not always doing. So if you're experiencing that transition where you feel like you're craving alone time and you want to just be by yourself and honor that space that you create when you are on your own, then most likely that's one of the initial signs that you're about to go through a spiritual awakening or you're in the process. The next sign that really highlights that you're going through a spiritual awakening is when you start really becoming aware that you want to live in the present moment. So every time you start having internal dialogues or external dialogues that are about the future or the past, your body and your soul sort of get uncomfortable. You know that you're going against the grain of what you're supposed to be doing, that you're not in the flow with the universe and you're not just surrendering to the universe and understanding that you're co-creating with it. So when you do understand that, hey, I'm not supposed to be having future types of conversations or past types of conversations, you really start to embody this inner knowing that you want to be in the present moment. The present moment is where the power and magic is, and your true essence lies in taking action and really creating the things that you want to create in your life. You start building on that momentum and knowing that each day you living in your present moment is what's giving you energy and helping you fulfill the path that you want to be on. In the beginning stages of a spiritual awakening, it might not be clear what your mission or your purpose is because you're still sort of waking up and maybe you're getting excited about these things, but you're kind of unsure of them and you're still trying to figure them out. But in that stage, you know that something is changing, and the fact that you no longer feel comfortable, like I said, talking about the future or the past is that feeling like, hey, I need to be in the present moment and I just need to flow with what's going on. And in doing that, you start enjoying your day-to-day interactions more, which is going to lead into the next thing I'm talking about. The third sign that you're going through a spiritual awakening, which is you desire oneness. You desire to connect with the universe, to connect with nature, to connect with the plants and animals and other people, knowing that we all somehow connect to each other, and we all come from the same source. Whatever that may be, you have this inner knowing that we are all connected. And when you have that feeling that we're all connected, you start realizing like, hey, we're all equal. There isn't inferior and superior beings. We are all from the same source. So in knowing that, you start treating people in a different way. You start shifting to really open yourself up to not needing to compare yourself to anyone or have any judgment or anxiety, because you know that you are the same as others, and that we may have all come here with a different purpose and a different life mission, but there isn't any space to have comparison because we're all the same and we're all connected. This is also a time period that you're going to heighten your intuition, and you are going to feel a heightened sense of empathy towards others. So like I said, that comparison conversation, that judgment no longer is there. You're understanding of others and you're really in tune with yourself. It's also during this time that you might start to receive synchronicities and messages from the universe. So examples of that, I'm gonna bring it up like I always do, but that's numbers. So if you're seeing repeating numbers or certain numbers you're drawn to, where you always start seeing, I would start imagining in those moments, trying to figure out, what is the universe trying to tell me? What is going on in this moment in my head or in my body? Like, what am I being reminded of? Other examples of getting messages or synchronicities can be if you thought of something and then it popped up on your phone or on the TV screen, or you were about to say something, but the person next to you, it almost feels like they took those words out of your mouth and they said it. So as you become more in tune and connected to this oneness, and you want more of that feeling, you're going to start seeing signs of that in the universe reflected back to you. That, hey, I'm on the same wavelength as this being, or I'm on the same wavelength as whatever is being created around me. And you start realizing that you are in co-creation with the universe, and that your reality is just based off of your perception and where your consciousness lies. So number 3 is a really beautiful moment, and it kind of builds off of number 2, which was living in the present moment, and knowing that as you continue to live in the present moment, you build up this momentum. So 2 just trickles down into 3. Number 4 is an aversion to negative people, or people that are always having conversations that carry negative energy. So conversations surrounding drama or gossiping or judgment. You start feeling like you don't want to have those types of conversations, almost like your body is repelling you away from that energy. And the reason that this is happening is because as you start spiritually awakening and you're in the beginning stages, you start carrying more of a positive magnetic energy with you. And as you do that, your positive energy doesn't want to surround itself with that negativity, because it's going to impact it and it's going to lower your battery and where your energy is. So you automatically do not want to be surrounded by people who are having those types of negative conversations. So during this phase, a lot of the time, friends drop off. And you are okay with losing friends because you recognize that those conversations don't serve you and you don't want to be a part of those conversations. So number 4 is I no longer can participate in these types of conversations. They don't serve me. There's something bigger than this, and I want to be a part of that. And I don't want to be a part of this negative type of conversation. The 5th sign that you're going through a spiritual awakening is a true embodiment of authentic living. So you start stepping out of your house and really just owning yourself and not being afraid of judgment. You don't have any anxiety when it comes to what other people might be thinking about you. And this really stems from you understanding we live in a society that is man-made. All of the words, all of the concepts, all of the ideas that we have ever been taught or that we have learned are all man-made. So when you realize that you are the creator of your reality and you have your own inner values and your own inner compass when it comes to guiding yourself in the direction you want to go for your life, you no longer blindly comply with society's values. You are going to begin to question them. You're no longer going to buy into social labels that describe people, and only when we truly transcend that and start realizing that we are able to create our own reality, do we step out of that place and start to question it and realize, hey, I have my own values and I can create my own life path. I don't have to do X, Y, and Z to get to this place because I can create my own definitions of what success is. I can create my own definition of what my life gets to look like. And I don't have to buy into the values that society has created because I get to create the life that I want to live. So this is not to say that you immediately go out there and start doing, rule breaking types of things, or you start doing things that are going to put you in harm or get you in trouble. But it's just that understanding that you no longer have to comply with what society tells you is important. You get to define those things for yourself and live in integrity and authenticity with yourself, because at the end of the day, the only opinion that matters on your life is yours, because this is your life to live. You decided to come to this planet with your own purpose and your own mission, and you're here to figure what that is out. And the only way to get there is to spiritually awaken first. I'm so glad that you joined me for those 5 signs. I'm gonna go over them real quickly. The first one was the sign that you are craving alone time and you want to be still and be in solitude with yourself, really embrace that feeling of being. Number 2 was living in the present moment and really understanding that you get to go with the flow of the universe and surrender to it. Number 3 was desiring that oneness and understanding that we're all connected and we come from the same source. There's nothing that is superior or inferior about any of us, and we are all created equal. Number 4 was that aversion to negative conversations or people who are always talking about drama and other people and complaining. You immediately feel like you do not want to be around them or you do not want to associate with them, so you start changing your tribe and the circle of people around you. And then number 5 was really stepping into your power and owning your true, authentic voice by understanding you have your own values and you get to create that for yourself and redefine what is important to you and how you get to a place where you figure out your purpose and what your life mission is. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you guys so much and I'm so excited to continue this series on. Let me know if you want me to make a part 2 of this and part 3 to talk about the other signs that can alert you that you're going through a spiritual awakening, as well as another video about the stages of the spiritual awakening and some tips that you can take into your life and truly use to help you get through the certain stages of a spiritual awakening. Comment down below, what stage are you in, or what stage do you think you're in? Have you gotten any of the signs that I mentioned? What are some other signs that you guys already know that you want to maybe give a preview to the other people in our community? I love you guys so much. Go ahead and like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I am here to make videos that help serve you in discovering more of your true authentic self and really breaking down those limiting beliefs. Thank you so much once again. I truly feel blessed to be here. I love you guys. Until next time.